Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Om Durge Durge Rakshini Tata Swaha. Om Aim Brim Klim Chamundaye Viche Sarvamangal Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrittar Mukshiyamamritat. Om Gunatito Aksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottamaha Jano Janandidam Satyam Muchyate Bhava Bandhanat. Om Bhagavate Shri Swaminarayana Namaha Shri Lakshmi Narayana Namaha Shri Radha Krishna Namo Namaha Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 13th of January 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan Parabrahma Paramatma residing in the heart of every single being. With that bhavana and prarthana, we are continuing to examine the glory of the Mandukya Upanishad, where the Mandukya Upanishad is talking about, is describing, is referring to Aksharam, that the Akshara Brahma is the reality. It is the one original, unending substratum of all experiences within the dimensions of Prakriti. This is a very fascinating connection. Prakriti is that which is constantly changing. The names and forms that are dancing on the substratum, on the foundation of Akshara Brahma. How amazing is this? How tremendous is it? The evolutes of Prakriti. Prakriti, this word Prakruti is the actual word. It means material nature. That is in our senses. But it's not just that. It is material nature all the way up to Mul-Prakriti, which we cannot see. We cannot see that Mul-Prakriti, that Mahamaya in her total glory, unless you go into Samadhi. When we go into different forms of Samadhi, it is then possible to actually get a glimpse of all of the intermediate stages and tattvas and beings that are present under Mul-Prakriti and Mul-Purusha. This is very profound in terms of Tattva Gnan. It is very profound in terms of realization. See, the sadhak begins to realize that this world that we see outside here, in this world that we're living in, Prithvi Lok, is only one slice of the full reality. It's only one dimension. There are dimensions upon dimensions, they're called lokas, that are beyond this loka. But we are living in this loka, in the Prithvi Loka, with this body, with this brain, with these senses. Yes. But while we are living here, the way we are living here, we have the ability, the capacity, the potentiality of even seeing all of the dimensions up to Mul-Purush, Mul-Prakriti, and the foundation of Mul-Purush, Mul-Prakriti, that is Akshara Brahma. That is what the Upanishad is referring to. Chapter 8 of the Gita is also, you see, whole Gita is nothing but Upanishad. It's all Upanishads combined in 700 verses. Akshara Brahma is discussed in chapter 8. The name of chapter 8 is called Akshara Brahma Yoga. Atmo Adhyay. So what is that Akshara Brahma? And where is it? In one sense, it is beyond everything. Parthi par evuje akshar. And in another sense, it is everywhere. We are sitting in it. We're in it. Constantly, all of the Brahmand are floating like bubbles inside the sea of Akshara Brahma, the Nirakara Akshara Brahma, Beswarup Brahmanache. Garuda Pratham 21, Bhagavan Swaminarayan explained beautifully, so clearly and so, in Gujarati we say, sachot rite samjayu, absolutely as it is, which is very difficult. Even if you go through thousands of scriptures, you'll not find that kind of interconnected clarity that we find in Shri Vachanamrut. It's there. Even in Jnaneshwari, it's explained tremendously. But those are more difficult scriptures to understand. If you go through all those scriptures, then you come to Vachanamrut, we can see what is the power of Shri Vachanamrut. Anyway, that's another subject altogether. But the point is that the Brahmadham, Brahman, Akshara Brahman is the substratum, the foundation of everything. And the Atma Tattva, who we are, is the same substance. But it's not a physical substance like these physical substances that we see. It's not that kind of substance. The Atma is Chaitanyam. It is Nirakar. It doesn't have a form, but it is experiencing the world of names and forms through a physical form. This sharir that Sachin sees, this name Sachin and this form of this body, that is a form out of Prakriti given by Mahamaya. That is Devi. She has given that. We say she, but it is we can say she is a feminine, the divine feminine. Absolutely. It is all of the forms are under Mul-Purush, Mul-Prakruti, and that is a little bit more advanced subject. What is that Mul-Purush? What is that Mul-Prakruti? That is thodi tatvik baat hai wo. But it basically means that when they combine together, Mul-Purush, Mul-Prakruti. Purush doesn't mean male and female here. And in reality, the Mul-Prakriti doesn't actually mean female. But we can think of it that way, that once they come together, billions upon billions upon billions, infinite number of another entity, series of entities called Pradhan Purush are created. And from one Pradhan Purush, an infinite amount of Mahatattva is created. From infinite amount of Mahatattva, infinite number of Virat Narayan are created. From each Virat Narayan, inside each Virat Narayan, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv exist. And then from each Brahma, the 14 lokas. This is called Utpatti Sarga. ये बहुत good और difficult बात है समझने के लिए. And so that Mahamaya, the Mul Prakriti and Mahamaya means the same thing. There's Maya and there's Mahamaya. Maya is up to Mahatattva. Beyond, when you cross Mahatattva, there's a stage of development. Maya is not there. Then you go all the way up to Mahamaya. So, वो ईश्वरों की माया है. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv and Pradhan Purush, Virat Narayan, वो सब ईश्वर कोटि इसको कहते हैं. कोटान कोटि ईश्वरों है. वो सब महामाया के नीचे है. हमारे बुद्धि में नहीं बैसेगा ये सब बात. It's beyond, but still won't put it out there. ऐसा सब लिखा है शास्त्रों में. समाधि में जो हम जा सकते हैं, योग समाधि में, we can see all this. Yes, by grace, by कृपा. जो बड़े बड़े योगी हो गए, they can go outside this limited body, जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति, और उससे जब बाहर निकल जाता है साधक, he can see all of this thing. See meaning वो अनुभव में आता है कि ये सब सत्य है. ब्रह्मा, विष्णु, शिव, कैलाश, महाकैलाश, वैकुंठ धाम, गोलोक धाम, श्वेत द्वीप धाम, अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड, all the galaxies, they are all accessible in samadhi. Everything is accessible, including the substratum that is Brahman, and that is where Upanishad is starting. This Mandukya Upanishad is starting at that very end point, nearly that end point, that Brahma Tattva, that is infinite, anant, 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 anant. इसका कोई end ही नहीं है. अधो ऊर्ध्व प्रमाणे रहित. This is the Gujarati language. There's no boundary there. Limitless consciousness. And the Atma Tattva can realize that limitless consciousness. But interestingly enough, even beyond that limitless consciousness, there is the actual murti of Bhagavan, Bhagavat तत्व, जिसको पुरुषोत्तम नारायण कहते हैं, जिसको पर ब्रह्म तत्व कहते हैं. तो ब्रह्मो ही प्रतिष्ठा हम. If you look at Bhagavad Gita's actual objective study, you will find this is the case. That Parabrahman or Purushottam Bhagwan is beyond Akshara Brahma. Chapter 15 is called Purushottama Prapti Yoga. Tasmat Sharamatito ham Aksharaadapi Chottama Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratitaha Purushottamaha Uttama Purushastvanyaha. It's very clear from a scriptural point of view. No doubt, different acharyas have interpreted their way. Shankaracharya ji didn't differentiate anything like this. He said there was only one tattva, Brahma tattva. Parabrahma is also Brahman, Maya is also Brahman, Jiva is also Brahman, everything is one. Why is he saying that? Because when the causal body is gone, हमारा जो कारण शरीर है, उसका जब नाश होता है, when that is destroyed, we are Brahman. Because the Atma is the same quality, it's the same substance, same Satchidananda as the Akshara Brahma. It's like the way it is described. If you have a pot of water, take a pot, sealed pot of water, it's full, like a big nice pot of clay pot of water. It's called ghado in Gujarati, ghado. Right? You take that and you put it into the ocean. Right? You put that into the ocean. What is separating the ocean from the water? That clay pot, the clay layer. But if that clay, or when that clay pot cracks, and if it breaks, the water inside and the water outside become one. Now you cannot find the inside water separately anymore. You cannot find where is that water. It's everywhere. Aham Brahmasmi. This is Brahman. When the layer of causal body breaks, the Atma, the Jivatma, and the Brahman are one. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Jiva Brahmo Na Paraha. That is a certain layer, that is a level of realization. That is where the Upanishad mostly stops. Upanishad and all Advaitic acharyas are up to that point. Now, there's no more individuality left. The Atma Tattva that had this body is gone. Mul-Prakruti is not there anymore. Only Brahman is there. And that Brahman is Brahman is Nirakar. There is no form. It's called Chidghan. It is also called Ek Ras Chaitanya in Vachanamrut. Isko aisi, these are the ways it's described. Ek Ras Chaitanya. Ek Ras means what? One Tattva only. Brahman. Sat Chit Anand. That's it. And if the Jivatma goes into that, there's no more Jivatma as a separate being. Where is that Jivatma? It's not there anymore. It is Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. The 6 Mahavakyas I was mentioning yesterday, wo aisi sthiti hai. Now here's the interesting part. I'll just take 2 extra minutes here. Very interesting part. Whether it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vallabhacharya ji, whether it is Ramakrishna, whether it is even Ramakrishna Paramahansa to some extent, but Bhagwan Swaminarayan, etc., whether it is Nimbarkacharya, Vallabhacharya, all of these saints who came after Shankaracharya ji, Ramanuj, they will say that Ek Ras Chaitanya, that Chaitanyam, where the Jeev and the Brahman have, Jivatma is lost inside that ocean of consciousness. They say that is not the goal. This is very confusing to a lot of people. So they say that is not the goal. Well, why is that not the goal? Because what they say is that Brahman is just an effulgence. It is an effulgence coming from the sharir of Parabrahman. here's an example to understand this point. Right now, in my room, it's somewhat cloudy outside, but I don't have any lights on really, and all the light is coming from the sun. It's coming through the clouds, coming into my room. So I have not put in any light. So I can say, in one sense, I'm seeing the sun. But am I seeing the sun? I'm seeing only some aspect. Even if it's no clouds outside, it's very sunny outside, and it's bright everywhere. Am I seeing the sun? No. I have to turn my face and see the source of that light. Similarly, the source of that profound, unending Brahman is Para-Brahman, which has form, and it is even beyond Brahman, much beyond. But it is also Satchidananda. So in one sense, the sunlight is not different from the sun. But at the same time, when I look at the sun has a form. Surya ka bhi ek aakar hai. Now, what if somebody says, if you go inside the sun, where is the form? You cannot say that there's not a form, but you're inside the form. Similarly, भगवान के जो बड़े बड़े मुक्त बन गए हैं, they have crossed Prakriti and Purush into Brahman. और वो जो Brahman जो है, if they do not have the upasana of Bhagwan with sakar form during sadhan time, then they will be lost inside the Nirakara Brahma, Ekaras Chaitanya, and that is called Brahma Shushupti Garada Pratham 64. I know this subject is definitely very advanced, but it's all right. I just want to get it on record. Just one more point, then we'll stop. This body is sakar. This body goes away. But by the upasana of Parabrahma, Bhagwan ki krupa se, daya se, anugrah se, वो जो निराकार चैतन्य तत्व है, उसको साकार शरीर मिलता है भगवत धाम में. इन गोलोक में मिलता है, श्वेत द्वीप में मिलता है, वैकुंठ धाम में मिलता है, और अक्षर धाम में भी मिलता है. These are called dham. Dham means residence. That is why, like, we have this Akshar Dham, that is there. You heard the name, maybe visited. That's what it means. It's a residence. Golok Dham. Shwet Dvip Dham. Just like in this Prithvi Lok, we're living in this world, right now. It's a Dham. Dham means place of residence. It is also called Brahma Mahol in Gujarati. Mahol means palace. It's not a palace like our palace, but it's a place of residence where one lives with God. Kitni amazing baat hai ye. It's not just getting merged into that light, into that divine Satchidananda light. It is living with Paramatma. Golok mein bhi aisa hai. Golok mein Bhagwan Krishna ke saath sab gop jo mukta hai wahan, they are living with Sri Krishna. और वो दिव्य धाम है, वो नित्य धाम है. भगवान स्वामीनारायण इस बात पर, there are 12 pages written on this in Shri Vedras. If somebody wants to take out a whole day and come to my place, you can spend a whole day talking about these things and show you all the scriptures. बहुत amazing बात है ये सब. एक काल्पनिक बात नहीं है, स्थिति की बात है. जिसकी स्थिति हो गई है, इसको सब they can live in that state of realization. This is very advanced spirituality. And it is this level of advanced spirituality that is where this Upanishad starts. That the Mandukya Upanishad starts there. We're just cracking the surface. But this is the background, trying to pull it together. Right? So having said this, from where we are, making this very simple, Bhagwan Sakar hai. Bhagwan ki upasana nirantar honi chahiye. Doesn't matter what sthiti we have. Even if you realize the Atma, as long as body is there, upasana rakhni chahiye. Or by grace of God, Krupa, the Brahmamay Sharir comes about. Brahmamay Sharir is given, is called Brahmamay Sharir. एक अलग प्रकार का दिव्य शरीर मिलता है ये आत्मा को, जिससे द्वारा, through that body, you can see the Parabrahma Tattva. Otherwise, you'll not be able to see the Parabrahma Tattva. Okay, so we'll leave that aside for now. And then we'll continue on this further. Om Dhanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chipita Tameva Bandusha Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Divalingaya Namaha, Urdhvalingaya Namaha, Anandalingaya Namaha, Dvadesh Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha, Om Trambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarkamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshya, Mamratat, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Aim Rim Klim, Chamundaye Viche, Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive, Sarvartha Sadike, Sharanyatrambake Gauri Narayani Namostute, Yadevi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita, Namaste Se, Namaste Se, Namaste Se. Namo Namaha. Om Hrim Swaha. Om Shri Radha Krishnar Paramastu.